Hello Worlds Apart Universe, and welcome to this production vlog. This video comes just as we go past the halfway point in our production cycle for the season. So let's have a bit of a look at what we've learnt and how things are going with the production so far. First off, let's take a look at some good points. After season 1 using OpenToonz, I made a choice to change software. Just so I could try something different and learn something else. I was enjoying OpenToonz. I enjoyed what it could do, but I was looking for something that just worked differently I was hoping something that just wasn't quite so segmented and strict in the way that it worked. After a little bit of research, I chose to have a look at Moho and see how Moho worked within the production cycle. Now, this was like just before we started into production, so learning Moho while I'm actually producing these things has been great. Moho has a lot of tools and a workflow which I like and I've kind of clicked with, so I'm enjoying the experience of working with Moho. Having the scripts all laid out before we went into full-on animation production means we had everything recorded, or all the character lines and all the dialogue lines recorded. This has been really helpful in just being able to kind of cut things up and put them in place and lay out, okay, this is what the script says and we've locked down to the script. It sort of means that we're not very versatile in our production cycle, so most of the gags and jokes were written at the start of the year, so some of them might be getting stale, but from a storyline and the overarching story that comes along with it, it's been great having everything kind of put in place and locked up. What things haven't worked quite so well? Alright, so what hasn't worked well? Well, Season 2 is still on a 0% budget. We did have plans put in place to launch a Shopify store, but at the last minute that sort of fell through. We haven't got anything in place that actually turns over any sort of income for us for production. This is still very much a passion project where we are generating zero income. It's definitely been an upskilling exercise for me and an experience to say, okay, cool, this is how I could do it. I've been doing a lot of skill trades for anyone who has been working with me. So if I've got something or I know something that I can share with someone who needs that skill, I've been very open with skill sharing. So I've been very thankful for everyone who's come and joined me on this project so far. Being a passion project, it also means that there's full-time work happening all the time. So the last curveball I just wanted to kind of touch on, which came up recently, was the social media aspect of the project. Now, I've kind of handed that on to my co-creator at the start of this project. He said he'd take that over, but you know, times change, and especially with a passion project, priorities change as well. And with that, he's had to step away from being able to take on the social media part of this project. So that's fallen onto me as well to learn. So I'm learning everything social media and how to actually ramp up social media and engagement. And for sure, I definitely haven't, running smoothly or singing a perfect song yet. Social media, if anyone wants to jump on board and create and give me a hand with social media points or aspects for how to create engagement, my skills are definitely not in that. So what's happening next for the project? Well, we've still got another 5 episodes to make, and there's quite a lot of creativeness going into these ones. There's style shifts, movie montages, and then there's Babs tantrums. I love the character Babs. She is awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to everything that goes on here. We do now have Ko-Fi set up, so if you can chuck us a couple of bucks to help create these things, it will be much appreciated. So until the next time, we'll say bye-bye.